Hey YouTube. So I know it's been a minute since I made a video, but a lot's been going on, kind of crazy. Maybe I'll do sit down talky stuff in the future, but today I just want to paint, so that's what I'm gonna do. I kind of wanted to do some flowery type stuff, but again it's just gonna be like a freeform thing. It's what I'm good at, so yeah, have fun. I picked these up, they're really pretty. I like the colors of these peonies, unlike the colors of these. So I'm going to try to stick to it, but I don't know if it's going to work. I've tried a couple times, but I ended up making an even cooler painting, so you get to watch and see. I have 4 brushes I'm going to use. I may not even use all of them. I like these two Filberts. They're like a flat rounded brush, they're amazing, and these little roundy guys, and I'm using the paint straight from the tube. I'm not gonna like pre-mix any colors. I have a couple that are like pre-mixed already, but I like teal and purple because they're my favorites. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I hope you have fun. This is really cool paint. I found this at, I think it's at Michael's. It's unbleached titanium, which is cool. It makes it like an antique white kind of color. I'm liking it. It sort of has like a parchmenty color to it. It looks sweet. What's this guy? Deep Violet, heavy body acrylic. I really am enjoying the thicker textured instead of the watery textured. I think it's giving me the consistency that I like when I do quick paintings like this. And then we have dioxazine purple, which seems much darker. It looks almost black right there, but it's like a purpley purple, if that makes sense. And then good old red. Is pale pink. I know that I could make that with the red and the white, but I thought that I just wanted to make a whole pink thing. I don't know. It's been fun. My last two are going to be the darker colors, black and blue, and I'm just going to use them to bring the tone down on the lower part of the painting. I really like the sort of gradient effect of light to dark. I do that in apparently all my paintings lately. So, yeah. And I'm going to go in with Big Mama 16 Filbert. So, I do have a really big cup of water, but I'm going to go with a dry brush instead of a wet brush. I want to get that adherence of the paint to the canvas. Oh yeah, and it's a pre-painted canvas, so you don't have to do any of that stuff. I think I'm just going to do my edges now and let this kind of set a little bit before I move on. Oh, and if you're wondering why I'm holding my hand like that, I got a little bit of paint there. I don't want to touch anything. Ugh. Why is it? As soon as my hands are all gooey, my nose starts to run like crazy. It makes me nuts. Ugh. Baby starting to cry, so I'm gonna take a break and I'll be right back with you in a minute. Okay, so we're back. I realize I haven't really been keeping to this shape. I'm in love with the peonies. So I'm gonna sort of use this brush, which is it's my favorite brush. Like, okay, I'm gonna gush about this for a second. The bristles are amazing. They absorb the paint and let it go super easy. It's super clean. I've used it several times, you can barely tell. The handle is really soft and supple, and it's just a fun brush to use. It's a size 12 Artist Loft Ferenz Filbert, so recommend it. I think it's kind of expensive at Michael's, but I saw an ad for this other company online and they have really good prices. So I'm gonna try to push the paint around to make a sort of almost like a rose technique, but just to make little clumps of petals. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll see if it works. This is working out quite as well as I want to, so I'm just going to kind of aggressively go in and smoosh everything around, and then I'm going to do like a really fun thing that I did the other night, and I hope it works out really well. So So, and a quick explanation of what I'm doing. I'm not sure if you can completely see it with the light where it is. I'm like patting it like that so it makes like a sticky, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it makes like a sticky texture, a raised texture, and it pulls up all that blended stuff. It kind of pulls it up from underneath to create a really cool texture, and then it like mashes it together. I don't know. I'm sure other people have done this before, but I had amazing success with it the other night, and I'm overcome with joy at how it turned out. So I'm just gonna do that all over the place. This is bright aqua green, and it's going to change that red streak in the middle of the painting, which I'm not particularly fond of. Also, I like teal. Yay! So let's look at this together. How does that look? I think this is too defined an area and needs to sort of come over to this area. I think that is what we need to do. What can we do to accomplish that? Whoa. Failing. This lovely beast is just a dark teal, turquoise green. I don't know why they call it turquoise. It's not turquoise. It's teal. Okay, so I like it when my brush gets all gooey like that. It makes me happy. So we're gonna put it there. Yeah. Get my cat back on. Okay. How does that look from a distance? What y'all think? What you think, huh? I think I'm gonna blend that all over. So what I love, and I wish I had some of it, I found out I'll talk to the camera. Hi. I just found out recently about something called texture medium, and it's like or texture paste, where it's like a paintable textural paste thing you can put on the paintings and make it like really big raised peaks. It's very exciting because I can do that. And here, let me bring you forward so you can see some of the texture in that, which looks cool and stuff. And when I do the next step, it's gonna, you know, you're really gonna see it. But if I could have really big raised peaks on that, I think it'd be really cool, and I think that's gonna be my next purchase. So, yes, I think I'm just going to get a few, sort of load up on more paint in the same areas, the same colors in the same areas, to increase the peaks. So as the paint dries, it'll put more layers of the peaks on top of it. And I'm gonna stop the camera for that so I don't run out of battery and I don't make you sit through that. And yeah, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so I've kind of gone through and just sort of peaked everything a little bit more. I made it a little bit more mottled, and it's gonna just kind of come together in a minute, as you'll see. Okay, so the last time I made a painting video, I used the, I don't know, it's gonna have glare. Okay, the watery drippy technique, if you'll recall. So what I'm gonna do with this one, I'm gonna start with white, and I'm going to make drippy stuff all over the place, and then I'm gonna progressively go in darker, and then I'm gonna flip the painting around. I'm gonna do it on the other side. So I don't, how much battery do I have? I think I have enough to show it, and I hope I do. So have fun. And what I really like is the texture it creates. It really highlights the peaks and crags and valleys and all that stuff that are happening all over. I think it looks just fantastic. A little bit like lightning strike, if that makes sense. And you know what? I think part of that is I just got done reading American Gods, and I feel like this is that book. This technique is that entire storyline. I don't know, I'm obsessed with it. I love Neil Gaiman really a lot right now. Always, but specifically right now. And, oh hey, I'm rambling. Ha, weird. Oh yeah, and when I do the light to dark, I kind of focus lighter colors on one side versus another, though I do light and dark on both sides. I mean, obviously the lighter color is standing out much more over here, but it creates another element, another interesting tone to it. If it's not running where you want it to, like it's taking a new path, which is fine, but if you want to emphasize a certain path, just sort of lightly touch the painting where you want the watered down paint to go, and it'll run right down it. Into this guy here. Okay. I really want to get that thicker. Okay. So I think I'm going to go into purples now, because I think that'll go well with the colors that are already in this, because I touched a little bit of the blue on that side and I picked up on my brush. Yeah. I'll go with you. Okay, so we had a memory stick incident, so I ran out of space. I didn't do much. The only thing I did was add a little bit of blue. I don't know if I'd gotten that far. A little bit of blue over here, and then I ran some water down it, just to keep it wet while I dealt with the memory issue. So, and then my cat spilled paint on the floor. Ooh. And so what I think I'm gonna do it in smaller batches, so I don't have paint all over my floor if it happens again. I think I'm gonna lighten up. There's like a blue streak here. I'm gonna lighten that up with a little bit of, I think maybe a little bit of pink, and then add that into some teal, and then maybe something warm in this area, and then we're gonna flip it around. So when it's like slightly damp, it rolls through and picks it up. Oh no, now my battery's gonna die. Fuck me. Sorry for the language. Just bleh. Flip it around, do the drippy stuff on the other side. I'll show you the final product after I get it. Ooh, no, man, going crazy. Final product after I get everything done. And I'm sorry that it's so I'm sorry that it's so disjointed. See you on the other side. Hi, okay, so I'm gonna try to be quick. I flipped the painting around, and I have this, if you can see it, like a orangey peachy color. I'm going to start dripping there. I'm gonna move into, I don't know, see where it takes me. Right now it's saying I have pretty good battery, so I might just leave it as it is until it beeps at me again. I'm gonna play with my hair. Yeah, painting. I'm not very satisfied with the amount of like peaks and crags that are on this side, but this central area has some really beautiful stuff. It's gonna have a really nice result. Gonna stop it, clean up the brush on the plate, and go with a different color. Okay, so I just decided I am gonna go with dark colors. So that's like my purpley, the dark purple. Ooh, I got it everywhere. And I'm gonna go in with that. I don't know why. Cause I kind of want it to look like it's crawling up. And then I'll maybe put some dots of lighter color so that as it seeps through, it only barely looks light. It's a cool texture, so I'll do a couple and then I'm going to stop the camera again. Hi, so I'm kind of finishing up right now. I'm doing this thing where I kind of blob paint on top of each other so it does a marbly effect, and I'll show you now with this white that I just mixed up, and I have several colors on here. So I do like a blob, say, we'll say here. This is already kind of running. And then I kind of do, just scoop a bunch up and like drop it right in the middle. Just a little bit left of like the beigey, I had a beigey yellow that I mixed up, and I'm just gonna Basically I'm just like wiping the brush off of here. And keep it interesting, and I think the best way to do this is like twisting it. It gives it a different sort of texture. I'm going to do a little bit right here. There we go. Wipe that off. Do another little bit of black right on the side. Get that to kind of run. And if it doesn't run, do a little bit of water and just pop it right there. Though too much water can make it run too much, of course, obviously. And I don't know if I'm done, but I'm done for now. Put the paintbrush down. And if it's not running as steadily as you want it to, just kind of give it a tap or a shake or something like that. And that will get it to go. Well, that's all for me. I will have pictures on my Instagram of this finished guy, and of course in my thumbnail I'll have it finished. And I hope you have a lovely night and a wonderful tomorrow, and get painty because it's fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye.